Hi friends, happy Wednesday. Welcome back to our read aloud for today. Today we're going to continue working on our 2 learning targets while we're also continuing to train our brain to visualize what we're reading. That means we're picturing in our head the story as it's being read. So our learning targets say, I can analyze the characters of a text. That means that you can look at the characters and you can identify or name different things that the characters are doing to give you clues about the story. Our other learning target says, I can name the setting of a text. So we've been working on identifying or looking at the setting of our story too to help give more clues about what's going on in our story. So let's take a look at our characters poster. All right. So we've learned that characters are the people, animals, and things in a story. And on our chart here, we have different examples of those characters. We've talked about David and Trixie, Piggy and Elephant, and then our Crayons and Nuffle Bunny here, they're all examples of characters that are in stories that we have read or will read. So we're going to practice training our brains to know what a character is by singing our character song. So let's get our W arms out and let's go ahead and sing together. Ready? 1, 2, 3. A character's who's in the story. A character's who's in the story. A character's who's in the story. A character is who. So what is a character? A character is who is in the story. What's also important to our story is the setting. So our setting is when and where the story takes place. So we talked about different examples and we'll go over that after we sing our setting song. So let's get out our watches. If you have one on, great. If not, let's just pretend we're going to point to our wrist when we say when, because our setting is when a story takes place. And then we're going to put our other hand up when we say where to pretend we're looking where the story takes place. So let's sing our setting song. Ready? The setting is when and where. The setting is when and where. The setting is when and where story takes place. So some examples that we talked about are day or night, winter, spring, summer, or fall, or maybe sometimes the book tells us an exact time of the day that something is happening. We also have where the story takes place. So some examples we've talked about are at the character's home, in the desert, the city, farm, ocean, playground, and many more examples. So those are important parts to our story that help us as a reader understand the story better. So let's take a look at the poster that we looked at yesterday. We read the poster that's called Stop, Tim, and we used clues from the words and the pictures to help us figure out what was going on. We learned that Tim was doing some things he should not have done. And we talked about how Tim was skateboarding. That was one of the things that his mom told him to stop doing. And we used clues from our picture to realize that the reason she told him to stop is because the setting looks like it's in the house. Should we skateboard in our houses? We've talked about how that's dangerous, right? We can hurt ourselves or hurt someone else or break something. So if Tim was outside in his driveway or at the park skateboarding, do you think his mom would say, "Stop, Tim"? Probably not, because that's where he is supposed to be riding his skateboard. So that is just another example of how important the setting of a story is to us while we are reading. So today we're going to take a look at a new poster called Juan Likes to Run. So this poster has both words and pictures that we are going to use as readers. And while we're reading, I want you to visualize in your brain the story. Think about the words that I'm reading to you and try and make a little movie in your head of what's going on. So this is called Juan Likes to Run. Juan likes to run. Juan runs by himself. He runs with his dog. Juan runs with his dad. He runs with friends. When does Juan run? Juan runs in the morning. He runs in the afternoon. Juan runs in the evening. I like to see you run, Juan, Mom says. So in the words I just read, there's a lot of information about what character. What's the character's name that we heard a lot? Juan. And what does Juan like to do? Run. And we have different clues and different information in our text that tells us when Juan likes to run. So that is part of our setting. It says Juan likes to run in the morning. So we can picture in the morning time when you can hear the birds chirping, the sun's coming up. So I can picture a character, Juan, running during that time of day. It also says Juan likes to run in the evening. So think about what you do in the evening time. What time of day is that? That's around when you're probably eating dinner, kind of winding down for the day. So Juan likes to run during that time too when it gets a little cooler. So I can picture that in my head too. I can visualize those 2 times of days when he runs. It also said that Juan likes to run with his animal. What animal did it tell us he likes to run with? His dog. Good. So all of those clues help us visualize in our brain our character Juan and what he likes to do. It also tells us that his mom says she likes to see him run. So when you do things that you like to do, like maybe you like to run or climb the monkey bars at the park, and you want your mom or dad or grandma, whoever, to watch you do it, it probably makes you feel really good when they say, hey, I like to see you do that. I like when you climb the monkey bars. You do a great job. So we can relate to our texts as we read them to help us understand them better. So great job today, friends, analyzing our characters and talking about that setting. We will learn more about that in our Read Aloud video for today, and we'll continue working towards those same learning targets tomorrow. See ya then.